everyone, I'm Imani Shabazz and I'm a sexual wellness coach and educator, and today I'm here to talk to you about 3 fun ways to bring up wanting to try something new during sex. Trying new things during sex is often really fun, but the conversation leading up to it can be very difficult to start. A lot of us fear that bringing up the idea of wanting to try something new in sex will send the message to our partner that the sex we're currently having is bad or lacking, or even worse, that they as a sexual partner aren't doing enough. We as social animals are hardwired to avoid hurting others' feelings. And in a space as intimate as sex, we try to be extra careful to avoid those landmines. However, wanting to try something new during sex doesn't have to mean any of those things. It can simply be a way of wanting to enhance an already great sex life, or of adding more passion to a sex life, or simply exploring a newfound curiosity that you saw on the internet the other day. But the question still stands, how do we start that conversation in a way that feels less intense and less scary and less confrontational? So one of the easiest ways to broach the subject of trying something new in sex is to show your partner a video or an article of someone else already doing that thing. So whether it's a TV show, a movie, a porn film, an online article, showing your partner someone else that's already doing the thing you want to do is a great depersonalized segue into asking them if they would ever do that activity or how they would feel about it. So say you wanted to try a stranger role play fantasy. There are so many shows that show a couple meeting at a bar, pretending they don't know each other, and engaging in that role play fantasy. And it'd be very easy for you to say, hey babe, I want you to watch this show with me. When that scene comes up, ask them how they felt about it. You know, would they ever try it? Once you do that, it kind of opens up the door for a broader conversation about sexual activities that you've seen here or there, or that you may be interested in trying. The second way is to make it about them. The premise essentially is to take the onus off of you and instead kind of shift it onto them by asking them what's something that they've always wanted to do during sex. So instead of it coming from a you're telling them standpoint, it comes from a I'm curious about what you want standpoint. Once that conversation gets started, once you ask them what they want, then it'll be a lot easier for you to go into what you want since that conversation has already started. And so you never know. Maybe they have been holding on to something that they wanted to try and they were looking for a space to bring it up. So if that's the case, it's a win-win. You both get to try new things that you really wanted to. But if your partner comes up with a blank and they can't think of anything that they want to try, or they just aren't comfortable having that conversation, then you can move on to method number 3, which is to make it a game. Another really fun way to introduce new sexual ideas is to make a game out of it. Either you can make one yourself pretty simply, or you can visit your local sex shop or shop online and pick out a game or a few that seem interesting to you. Trust me, there are so many games for couples out there. You are bound to find 1 or 2 or 3 that are interesting to you. But if you choose to go the DIY route, one potential option is to have you and your partner take slips of paper and write down your favorite sexual acts that you already do and some new ones that you might be interested in trying. And then you can take those folded pieces of paper, put them in a hat, and pick them out one by one or more if you're up for it, whenever you want to kind of shake things up or on a special date night. And so that's it. Those are the 3 tried and true ways of bringing up new sexual activities when it just seems a little bit too hard to be direct. But it's important to note that while these activities are all pretty low in confrontation and pretty effective, it's important that you really make the effort to try to be able to talk about sex with your partner more directly. Sex is such an intimate space, and it's important that all parties involved feel comfortable and empowered to bring up any comments, questions and concerns about the sex life between you. And especially when it comes to trying new things during sex, it's important that you make it very clear what you are and are not willing to do, and to give clear feedback on how that new thing went. Communication will always be key to a great sex life. Sharing those vulnerabilities, accepting those vulnerabilities, and growing together will help you to become great communicators, and it will improve your sex life tenfold if you can have those conversations. And so until next time, stay sexy.